Welcome to this short journey inside the mind of one of the greatest sages in history. A man who led an empire, but spent his nights writing simple notes to himself about patience, justice, calm, and how one can remain steadfast in the midst of storms. We are talking about Marcus Aurelius, the philosopher-emperor, and his famous book, Meditations. A work not written for others, but rather an internal monologue between himself, and yet it has resonated for centuries. In the next 5 minutes, we will explore his core ideas, not in dry language or complex philosophy, but in a way that is close to the heart, full of images and metaphors that make his wisdom clear and easy to apply to our daily lives. Get ready, because we are about to open a window into the mind of a man who lived 2,000 years ago, but whose words still speak to us today, as if he were whispering them in our ear right now. What's the book simply put? Marcus wrote private reflections, not for show, as reminders to himself. They're practical, not poetic, stick-to-the-point reflections about our thoughts, our duties, and how to meet life squarely. Think of it as a pocket manual for living with dignity when things go wrong. See life as a play. One of his big ideas, life is like a stage play. You're given a role, a part to play, and the play will end. Your job is to perform well, not to demand a change in the script. That means accept what happens, do your best in the role you've been handed, and don't waste energy resisting the inevitable. Imagine an actor who complains about the lines. They ruin the performance. Marcus says, bow to your role and act with integrity. Control the inner weather. He draws a line between what you can control, your mind, your choices, and what you can't, other people, fame, loss. This is the core of his advice. Tend your thoughts. Your judgment shapes everything. If you can change your thinking about an event, you change the event's power over you. Picture your mind as a garden. Pull weeds, unhelpful beliefs, plant good seeds, virtue, reason, and the results follow. Imagine learning a language. You don't become fluent in a week. You show up every day. Marcus wants the same for character. On anger, judgment, and the people around you. Marcus had to deal with difficult people. His remedy? Remember that others act from ignorance, pain, or upbringing, not malice aimed at you personally. When someone is rude, imagine them as a traveler lost in a storm. That doesn't excuse harm, but it changes how you respond, with patience and firm boundaries rather than fury. He urges us to check our judgments before we react. Short, steady effort beats grand gestures. He values small, continual improvements. Virtue is like training muscles. Repeated action, not a single heroic burst. Wakefulness, honesty, kindness, self-discipline. Practice them daily. Think of learning a language. You don't become fluent in a week. You show up every day. Marcus wants the same for character. Impermanence as clarity, not gloom. Everything changes. Empires, seasons, your thoughts. Marcus doesn't use this as a weapon to depress us. He offers it as liberation. If things are transient, then suffering over their loss wastes your only finite resource, the present. Imagine holding a sandcastle on a shoreline. Cherish building it, but expect the tide. This acceptance lets you fully enjoy what's here without clinging. Live for the common good. He was emperor, yet repeatedly reminds himself that humans are social animals. Acting well means contributing to the whole. Your talents and actions matter because they fit into a larger pattern. Marcus compares the world to a body. Each part has a role. When you do your part honestly, the whole benefits. So ethics aren't just private, they're civic. Of death. He speaks about death calmly. It's part of the order of things, like autumn clearing leaves. Instead of fearing death, Marcus asks us to use its certainty to sharpen how we live. If today might be your last, what would you choose to do differently? That question is a compass. Use it to prioritize honesty, presence, and kindness. Practical habits to take away. Pause before reacting. Label the first emotion, then choose reason. Keep short reminders. Marcus wrote short lines to himself. Little prompts bring big changes. Do one honest action daily that aligns with your values. Welcome. A closing thought. Why it still matters. Marcus wrote for himself but speaks to us across centuries because his advice is simple and usable. Shape your thoughts, accept what you cannot change, act honestly, and serve others. It's not mystical. It's a set of habits that steadies the mind and brightens action. Wrap up. The core in one sentence. Cultivate a calm, reasonable mind. Focus on what you control, treat others kindly, and live as if each day matters. Do that, and life, whatever its storms, becomes something you can meet with courage and clarity.